Welcome back. This is part 2 of learning how to reconcile accounts. In part 1, I covered what reconciliations are, why reconciliations are needed, and which accounts can be reconciled. If you don't know the answers to those questions, or if you've joined the series here, please go back, watch part 1, and then come back to part 2. In this video, which is part 2, I'm going to go through an example reconciliation. And to do that, let's have a look at this statement. So this is a dummy statement. It's an imaginary business that I've created, and this business has received this loan statement for the period 1st of January to 30th of June. And on this statement, we have an opening balance, we have transactions, and we have a closing balance. Now, all the information shown on this statement is crucial to do a reconciliation. And that information is the period that's covered, the opening balance, the transactions, and then the closing balance. That's the information you need to complete a reconciliation. If we work in accounts, we have access to the accounts, and the business has a loan, this statement is crucial. It's our financial document which we can reconcile our accounting records to. On the next page, this is a report generated from the accounting records for the same period, 1st of January to 30th of June. And you can see once again, we have an opening balance, transactions, and a closing balance. This is very typical of the nominal activity on an account, a nominal account, or a report that can be generated through accounting software showing account history. So, the actual loan statement, 1st of January to 30th of June, and the accounting records for the same period. The whole point of the reconciliation is to make sure that the account transactions and the balances on the accounting records match the statement. We want to check that there's nothing missing, there's no duplicates, there's no errors, and that they are identical. We're trying to bring them together to reconcile the accounts with the statement. If I bring both up on the screen, then it's easier to compare the accounting records against the loan statement. And that is the main process of the reconciliation, is to compare. So have a look at the loan statement, have a look at the account transactions, pause the video if you have to, and see if there's any discrepancies. Things to look out for. Are the opening and closing balances the same? Are all the transactions on the statement showing in the accounts? So have a look. I'll give you a moment, and like I said, feel free to pause the video and to have a good look. Okay, let's start right at the top. So we have the loan statement and we have the loan account transactions. So we're looking at the right information. The period is the same, 1st of January to 30th of June. Good start. The opening balances are the same. Very good. Okay, let's go transaction by transaction. We have a January repayment of 400 and a January repayment on the accounts of 400. So the statement shows a repayment in January, 400, and the accounts show the same. Fantastic. Things are looking good. February, another repayment, 400. February, another repayment, 400. So up until this point, the accounting records match the statement. And that word is crucial, match. We want the accounting records to match the statement. March repayment, 400. There is no March payment. There's actually 2 February payments. So something is wrong here. We are missing a March repayment. We go from February to April. There's also a duplicate February repayment. These are common discrepancies that doing a reconciliation highlights. Missing transactions and duplicate transactions. So when you're faced with this scenario, this duplicate February repayment needs to be removed, and the March repayment needs to be added. So that would be corrected, and then we can continue. Interest for quarter 1, 55.36. There is no interest for quarter 1. Once again, we have a missing transaction. It's not showing in the accounts, and it needs to be added. April repayment 400, April repayment 400. May repayment 400, May repayment 150. This is another common discrepancy that reconciliations highlight. Transactions that need to be amended. Sometimes the date is wrong, sometimes the amount is wrong. June repayment 400, June repayment 400. Interest quarter 2, 49.97. Interest quarter 2, 49.97. And then we have a closing balance here and a closing balance here. Now, because there's missing transactions and duplicate transactions and transactions with the wrong amount, the closing balance on the accounts is not going to match the loan statement closing balance. But if we were to replicate the statement, so remove this February repayment, add the March repayment, correct this May repayment amount, add the interest quarter 1, 55.36, and any other discrepancies, then the closing balance here on the accounts should match, there's that word again, match the closing balance on the loan statement. And if the closing balances match, that is a very positive sign that the accounting records are in agreement or are identical to the statement. That's what we're trying to achieve. And you can see here that I've highlighted those discrepancies. And these are very common discrepancies. Transactions that are missing. That's these ones underlined in red. Duplicate transactions. That's this transaction underlined in purple. Transactions with the wrong amount or wrong description. This is highlighted in blue. These things will throw off those closing balances. And that is a reconciliation. We are comparing the accounting records against a financial document, usually a statement, and we're bringing them in agreement. Or in other words, we are correcting the accounts to match what's on the statement. And you can see through this process that we are ironing out any discrepancies, that the accounts are becoming more accurate, which is the whole purpose of the reconciliation, is to ensure that the accounting records are accurate and reliable. Now that you have a much better idea of what a reconciliation is and how to do a reconciliation, I can teach you how to do a bank reconciliation, which will be covered in the next video. If this has been helpful, please like, please subscribe, and I'll speak to you in part 3.